welcome back to our Melodramatic Lifestyle. This is
JJ.
I'm Lo, and this is
M2.
and we're
JLM.
again talking about issues. And this time we're going to get a little personal because this is a hard subject for a lot of people to talk about, but we're going to talk about it, or at least try to talk about it. We're going to tread water very fairly because JJ, myself, and M2, we all went to school for psychology, and we all had abnormal psychology together, and we actually lost one of our classmates to suicide due to the fact of what we're going to really talk about in this video, the issue of depression. So a lot of people don't really like to talk about depression or anything because of how serious it is, and how a lot of people start to maybe self-inflict, hurt themselves, or take their lives. So a lot of people want to try to stay away from it if they're not 100% full therapists. Neither of us is therapists, but we all understand the human mind with us understanding and learning about psychology. Everybody that's sitting right here has went through their own fair share, whether it be high, whether it be mid, or whether it be low, some type of form of depression. Depression is real. It's not just you trying to take your life. It's not you trying to just hurt yourself. It may be you drinking too much. It may be you smoking too much. It may be you having sex with too many people. It may be you just trying to get lost in the world. Like, depression comes out in different forms. So we just trying to talk about this to basically make the world more aware. So the first person I want to lead the conversation is this therapist right here.
So, in what way do you want me to lead the conversation?
Give me your thoughts on depression. How do you feel about it? Do you see it? If you have experienced it, or you've seen somebody go through it, how does it feel, and how did it affect you in your life?
So, depression 101. Here we go. So, obviously we all know depression is real. And people, I think, when it becomes serious, obviously, is if depression is messing with your daily function. Like, you can't function without feeling sad, moping around. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to eat. You don't want to take a shower, So some people pick up on that. But if you don't have anyone around you to notice that, then it may be harder for that person to seek help, for it. So growing up, yeah, I have seen some people depressed. Maybe I didn't know it, and now that I do know what it is and, the symptoms of it, then sure, I think I've seen a few family members, sad about always having to pay bills and then never having any extra money to go and do something, So it's like, I see it all the time. People see it all the time. It happens in a lot of people's lives, But it is very serious, and it takes, some behavioral therapy, CBT, a lot of different stuff can help.
Psychologist.
Well, I guess I could say, with depression, I experienced it, firsthand and secondhand. Because, I guess I could say in high school. In high school, I had to take medicine because I had depression, and both my parents had depression. And I think my grandma had depression. It's a recurrent thing in my family. So I wouldn't want that to, be passed on to my child, because that's something nobody should go through. It's just really hard on you and the people around you, especially if it gets to the point where you're ready to not be on this earth anymore. So I think everybody should take it into account to be serious in some way. Just it just doesn't need to just be blown out of proportion, oh, everybody's dying, and anything like that. Just just be accountable for how you treat people, really, and how you go about talking to people in a way.
And me, myself, therapist, psychologist, myself, I'm the mentalist. My experience with depression, same as with JJ. I would say I experienced it firsthand and secondhand. Not super depression firsthand. I would just say my father was incarcerated. So your entire life changes when you lose a person that you're that close to. So I started behaving in ways that I wouldn't normally behave in. That's what I would say. So I started being a very, very bad kid and just started doing all type of stuff. But in reality, what I was doing was I just missed my father. So that was what I would say my depression is when I was younger. Secondhand, I can say I've dealt with a lot of people. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people. I think maybe more girls than guys I dealt with depression and everything. Like I said, I like helping people. So I try to talk them through the problems and their issues and stuff. But one thing that I learned what it affected my life, and I don't want to. It's gonna kind of sound crazy, but I'm kind of glad that I dealt with a lot of people that was depressed because I learned something. I learned that you cannot make everybody happy. You cannot try to make everybody happy because although you are expending all that energy to make them happy, it's still within themselves to not take that and be happy from it. You are happy yourself. They don't have to be happy. Secondhand dealing with that, like I said, like you deal with a person that want to take their life, that's hurting themselves, and it's like it confuses you as a person because you like, wait, hold on, like I done been through some fucked up shit and I ain't no one do no shit like that. So what's the real issue? But it's like you cannot break into that psyche of why they're doing what they're doing or why they want to talk, take their life and stuff. So it's like it make you actually think about it like, wow, like you feel that bad about something that you just think that it's just all over. Like wow, like me like learning and like education and like research stuff, it intrigued me. Like, wait, explain it to me. Like, tell me, how do you feel? What's making you do all the stuff that you're doing? And I was just basically trying to make sense of it because when you first hear it, it makes no sense. You like, wait, what? And it's like you cannot show them that face. You cannot show them those emotions because then they'll back away from you and make it seem as if you don't care. When in reality, you're interested in caring for them, but once they see that you not understanding their situation, like, look, you just wouldn't understand. You just wouldn't understand. Well, make me understand. In order for you to understand it, this is also gonna sound crazy. You have to put yourself in their shoes. When you put yourself in their shoes, you take on all of them emotions. Like when I say all of them emotions, all of them emotions. And if you ain't strong enough, that shit is gonna drain and kill you. Like, and
That's
it ain't even
serious.
Yeah, like, boy, what the? Are you really like? You have to think how they think. That's the only how you can understand it. And once you understand it and you bring yourself out of it, it's as if you brought yourself out of the depression. Although you was going through it because of somebody else, but you have a different outlook on life once you go through shit like that. Like. You literally have an entire different outlook. And it's like, after coming out, like after dealing with so many people like that and then like getting away from a lot of people like that, it's like, I started looking at life a whole different way. It's like everything became like so much brighter. Like the grass got greener, like the birds chirping loud and singing. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, you put yourself in the shoes of somebody that was ready to leave this earth. So you had to mentally put yourself in that position, and now you came out of it. You enjoy life now. Like you got a different outlook. So it's like when it comes down to depression, like, and I see a person, it's like, I personally in my real life don't. Well, this is my real life. I personally don't want to deal with another person that's having depression unless I'm a psychologist, psychiatrist, therapist, or something. Because just being a friend or a family member, that's hard to deal with because I have to literally take on this as well as how close we are. So it's not just gonna hit me just a little bit as your therapist, psychiatrist, or something. Well, I don't know you. I know you.
I can relate to that because me going to be a therapist, after a while, obviously I'm gonna deal with that at work and I'm gonna go through the treatment to the best of my ability to help that person. But in my personal life, I don't want to deal with that. And I don't know if I've like one-on-one like had to be there for someone that was depressed. I think maybe it was something else and not just depression, but I don't want to be that person. Like, I don't want to go through that. And I don't want to sound mean or anything like, oh, I'm not being a supportive friend or boyfriend, or girlfriend, or whatever, something like that. But I don't want to deal with that. That's scary,
Yeah. And this is another thing what I learned. A lot of people are bringing themselves into depression by acting and pretending and putting up the facade as if they are so happy. You are expending a lot of energy to keep acting happy and you're really not happy. So you put on this persona on social media as if you're so happy, but in reality, you are not. So that's why I tell them all the time, I'm not putting nothing in this world that I do not really feel like that. If I'm not really happy, I'm not gonna act like I'm really happy. But if I'm super happy and ecstatic, I'm super happy and ecstatic. So it's like, You have to understand that. And the crazy thing is, it takes a happy person, because you gotta balance it. You know, depression person is in the dark, so it takes a happy person that's in the light to try to bring them at least to a middle ground. You need that person. And if it's not a lot of happy people around and misery loves company, imagine what's gonna happen in the world if everybody was depressed. Melancholy everywhere.
Oh no, don't put a fresh fruit by that rotten fruit, because the fresh fruit gonna rot.
Man, that's a good analogy. To be honest with you, like that, like it's so crazy. So I mean, if you have depression and you listening to this right now, you want to make sure that you continuously listen to these videos, because we're not just sitting here trying to say that we don't want to deal with a person with depression. You have to understand that that's a lot to deal with for a person that's not actually going through depression. You have that's why we have counselors, therapists, psychologists, they're actually trained and paid to deal with that stuff,
because they won't get drained. If you go to like your regular person, your boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, whatever, you're gonna end up draining them, and then they're gonna end up being sad, and then you're not gonna understand what's wrong with them, because that's what you did.
Right,
they can't fix you.
Yeah.
Right, they can't. So it's like they can be there for you, drive you to the therapist.
Your supportive system.
Right, they can be your support system, but it's like you can't make them your therapist. And it's like I've had to learn that too by dealing with girls. Like you, bro, like you smart and you understand the mind and all that. You cannot be these girls that you dealing with therapists. You can't do that, because then you grow a bond with them, and the bond is because of something negative. So now, if you leave them, you scared that she's gonna go back into that type of thinking. But then she wanna attach to you, so she won't go to. So y'all have a toxic situation. And I understood that. So it's like, once I understood that, it's like, man, I'm not putting myself in no therapist shoes no more. I chill with the little shorties and everything that, you know, try to, you know, juvenile at risk and all those type of kids and everything. I sit there, talk to them and tell them, like, you know, this is the right path to go. But far as sitting down with a person and really trying to therapy them, and I know them, I can't do that. I gave up a lot. When I say I gave up a lot of years to that, and it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. So it's like, now I want to meet a person that's already somewhat happy, and I could try to make them happier. I want a person that's looking at me and want to make me happier, not just I'm all the way down and you all the way up, so you come down so I can come up and then we meet in the middle. No, you right here, I'm right here. I'm boost you up, you boost me up. I'm boost you up, you boost me up, and that's how it should go. But people don't want it like that. People want you to come down and meet them. But it's like, when you bring your happiness down, now you're sad. So it's like you got there's a lot to really understand, like with the psychology stuff. Like, this mental illness is a real issue, like, and it's crazy because people have a lot of mental issues and a lot of people don't want help.
Yeah, you can't help nobody that don't want to be helped. That's like so serious.
They won't allow it.
And like, to the people who like have depression, but you know, you're still living your normal life, and sometimes, you know, you just have like spurts of depression and they just come. If those ever happen, don't just go run to somebody like, oh, I'm feeling sad right now. No, take time to yourself and just be alone until you feel like, you know, you're getting back to normal. Because sometimes it's good to just be alone and isolate yourself, just so you can think, talk to yourself, and just, you know, just be by yourself for a little bit. Because sometimes that's what you need. Maybe that's why you had your depression spurt.
Yeah.
Because you just needed to be by yourself.
Please, 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 please stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Because if you cannot afford it, or you can't do all this stuff, it's not meant for you to do it. It's not meant for you to have none of that stuff, because a lot of people put themselves into depression because they're trying to be materialistic, or they're trying to get all this attention. And it's even crazy because a lot of girls is out here showing their bodies just for attention. But then when a dude talk to you, he only wants your body, and you not understanding why he only wants your body. But that's the only thing that he saw. And it's the same way with y'all dudes. Y'all only showing y'all money, and then when she wants you for your money, you trying to figure out why all the girls only want you for your money. It's the only thing that she saw. So now you depressed because, man, these girls, they something else, man. They only want you for your money. That's the only thing you showing you got to offer. Oh, these boys out here, they wild. They only want you for your body. They just want some pussy. That's all. It's the only thing they saw. So you putting yourself in a depressed mind state, not understanding that it's your actions that you're taking. So I literally recommend everybody, if you are feeling down, you need to have somebody that you can talk to. Other than y'all girls that y'all call that girl y'all diary, go talk to your parents. It's okay to talk to your parents. And if your parents tell you, like, you know what, you need to go talk to somebody else, you can go have one therapy session. You ain't got to go spend $20,000 on 6 years worth of therapy. Go hire you one therapy session and try to get to some type of points to where because your therapist is going to tell you what to do after the session. You can go and start take all that information and start doing it on your own to try to get yourself better. And like JJ said, it's okay for you to take time to yourself. If you never have no time to yourself, you just taking on the energies and the thought processes and all that stuff of everybody else. You have to know who you are. You need to know thyself.
Just so y'all know, cutting is not the answer. Because I understand that you're trying to take the pain and put it somewhere else just so you don't feel it in your head or think all those thoughts. So you just want that physical pain so the mental pain goes away. But all you're doing is making yourself bleed and leaving scars on yourself. And then all you're going to have is those memories of when you get better, or if you get better, all you're going to do is look down and have those memories of how you used to be. And you don't want that. So, you know.
And that can always trigger old memories. Or a lot of people might try to tattoo over those marks to just try to, cover them up. But in reality, if you rub them, you still know that they're there. You gonna always know that you put them scars there. So it's like, you guys just, once you feel like something is up, go talk to your parents. Ask your parents for help. Ask your parents, can they lend a ear that you can just basically talk to and they give you feedback. And if that doesn't work, try to older family member, maybe a grandma, grandfather, somebody that understands. Talk to an elder. You ain't got no money, try to find an elder, somebody in your family that's older to talk to. If you got money, still find that elder first. But then if they refer you to go to a therapist or a psychologist or something, then you go seek professional help. Your friend, your boyfriend, your side dude, your side girl, them are not options to help you with your depression because you're only going down. I'm going to say I'm a depressed boy. JJ's my girlfriend. JJ's not treating me how I want to be treated, or she's not giving me the attention that I think she should give me in my depressed state. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to cheat on her with M2. Now M2 is giving me the attention that I need, but yet now I'm being mean to JJ. So I'm messing up her life because how I'm treating her and how I'm talking to her. But I'm taking all my aggression out on her. Now I'm beating her body down because I'm depressed. But what happens is I don't even really care about her or love her. I just want her attention. Once I feel better, I no longer need her attention. What happens when she's in love and I go back over here? Or what happens if I can't go back over here? Now I leave both of them scarred and now I'm in the world looking for another girl now that I'm better. Take that same example and turn that from a boy into a girl. And then you wonder why all of this stuff is going on. Like, it's serious. So we're going to end it on that. Any last words?
I mean, even if you have parents that like shame you and don't accept you for what's going on in your life, there's always somebody that you can talk to. Always.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, people keep a lot of things bottled up, and I admit that I'm the type of person like that. But like, when it gets to a point where you can't hold it in anymore, you need to go find someone that you can talk to that's willing to listen, Like, sometimes you just need somebody to listen. Not saying that you need them to solve your problem or give you the answer, but you literally just need someone to be like, I understand what you're going through. And then maybe provide some feedback after that or suggest you to go somewhere else. So don't ever be afraid to ask for help, because there's a lot of people that's out there lending helping hands and they will not mind helping.
And everybody that's listening to this video and made it thus far, listen to what she just said. You don't have to help solve the problem. They just need you to listen. So stop trying to, as soon as they say, yeah, I try to went over there and I try to do this and they, no, so you should have went over there, you should have did. Don't do that. Let them get everything that's in them out of them so they can relieve that pressure. They need to pressure burst, they need to take that cap off and let it out. If you never allow them to let it out, you only gonna end up messing them up. So that's all we gotta say for this video. Depression is real, ladies and gentlemen. Seek help if you need help. Friends, be there, be a support system. Family members, be there, be a support system. We all need to help each other because we all on the same boat. That's all I gotta say, and we out.
Peace
Stay
out.
well. Bye.